Welcome to Meet Your Rep, a candid discussion with the senators serving in the Virgin Islands legislature.
I'm Saida Harrigan for Legit TV, here for another edition of Meet Your Rep, and I am talking today with freshman Senator Marvin Blyden. Senator, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good.
Good.
So, businessman to senator, how did you make that transition from working for a Fortune 500 company to owning your own business to becoming a senator?
Well, I think that's a great question. I would say it's based on my experiences with those companies and working at the Housing Authority with my fellow employees, you know, my volunteerism. Throughout all of those experiences, everyone always told me I should run for public office. So I would say it was all of that and encouragement of my family who told me to run, because I always supported other senators in their bids, because I always wanted to see folks do something positive and make a difference in the community. So with all of those experiences, I would say that's what led me to where I'm at right now in my life.
Okay. Did you look up to any senators in office before you became one?
Yes, I did.
Who in particular?
In particular, Adla Fancy Danister.
Okay.
Reason being, like I stated, when he ran for the first time, I was there with him. We campaigned, walked from Nada to Boulder and back together. We lost the first bid, the second time we got in. But I love his spirit, his passion, and I mainly love what he stood for, you know, and he stood by his conviction and always tried to do the right thing by the people. The bread and butter issues he focused on. So I would say that's the reason why I looked up to him and was closer to him than any other senator, because I was there with him from the beginning. Okay. So Adla Fancy Danister.
Okay. Moving away from politics as quickly as possible, what was it like growing up in the Virgin Islands? You grew up in Nada.
Yes, I did.
13 children in your house. What was that like?
It was fun, a lot of fun. I remember most of my time was spent on a basketball court, playing basketball with my friends. I spent a good much of my time too with my siblings, because we were not that far apart. So we hung out a lot together on the wall led by Nada, playing marbles, etc. But most of my time as a young buck was good memories, you know, good memories, fun memories. Okay. Because that's what a child should do, have fun, you know, and I did a lot of that, basically. Yeah.
What were you interested in? You said basketball, marbles.
Basketball, marbles, girls, fixing cars. I love fixing cars. We had a guy in Thomasville named Grinch. He used to taught me, we used to go on a racetrack down by Thomasville, by the Lima. The racetrack where Big Blue is at right now. Race cars, blow the engine, take it out with our hands, rebuild it, rebuild the transmission, put it back in and go again. I mean, those are the things we did, you know. We didn't have any iPhone and internet and stuff. We were doing hands-on thing, and I love working on my hands, and I think that served me well throughout my life, real well.
Yeah.
You know, so I enjoy doing that. I still enjoy doing that, working on cars and stuff like that. We did a small engine. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff in my spare time.
Okay. What school did you go to, or schools?
Yeah, well, I went basically to EBO, BCB, the place to be, and Ivana Idoa Kane High School. Those are the three schools I went to here in St. Thomas.
Okay, and what did you do after high school?
After high school, I went to the United States and ended up going to business school, because I always wanted to be a businessman. Went to business school, finished, and managed many companies in the United States, was successful at it, and came home, and basically I opened the first Taco Bell here, believe it or not. I'm the one that opened it. I assisted the owner, Carla Jacobs. I did all the training, marketing, everything.
Wow.
And then I left there and I went and managed the Housing Authority for 20 years thereafter. So my experiences helped me a lot throughout my life. Yeah.
What do you think it was from, you know, childhood to business school? What made you go into business?
I want to believe it's my dad. He had 13 kids, like I stated before. I'm the 11th of 13. even though he had so many kids, we had 2 houses right next to each other. He provided for us. He took care of his family, you know, and in his later days, it served him well as far as him not working for the government, but at the same time having his own business. He prepared himself, whereas he was able to survive and live comfortable and had no issues, had no worries. So we're like, wow, having your own business, you know, was a good thing, you know, because it's what you put in, you're going to get back out of that business. You know, it's not like you're dependent on someone else for a raise, what have you. No. If I want to, say, gain a profit margin of 10%, I work toward that goal, I do my proper marketing, it's achievable. So from a young age, I always want to be a businessman, have my own business, and I think it has served me well too. At a young age, I have my own home, my own house. I don't have much time left on my mortgage, really. So, you know, I think it's good. At the same time, based on my experiences and what I've seen with my dad, to teach our kids the same thing. You know, you don't have to worry about working for someone else. You can have your own business and be an entrepreneur and do well. As well as working for the government, it don't matter. But, you know, nothing is wrong with having your own business. So my dad is the one I felt, you know, stirred me in that direction because, like I stated, he was a taxi driver. It is a small business, and he was a construction worker. He was a builder, you know, in which I followed in that path too. I'm a builder too, so I think that's what led me to that path.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you say that your father has shaped more than anyone else the man that you've become?
Definitely, definitely, because I think he have done a great job with us. You know, if I had 13 kids, by the time I got the 9 to 10, well, okay, that's enough. I don't want to hear from you, you know? It's a stressful situation, but he stuck it through, and like I said, I never saw him argue with my mom, you know, taking his anger out on us. So I respect him for that, you know, and, I never told him that, but I respected him for that, you know. I looked up to him for that, and I think he did a hell of a job with his kids. So, yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of your interests outside of politics?
I love coaching. You know, I love to coach. I volunteer coach. I like going on and dancing. I love to dance.
What kind of music do you like?
I love all kind of music. I just love to dance. Salsa, merengue, bachata, calypso, reggae. Reggae the most though.
Okay.
I just love music. I love the message, especially if it's positive. I love music. I also love building. I love helping others. That's me. My mom was just like that. I just love helping others, you know. Like I say, I'm a hands-on guy. If anyone needs anything done, I usually the one helping them. But that's my hobby, helping others in whatever facet of life. That's just who I am, basically.
So if all the problems in the territory were solved, there was no more deficit, everybody had a job, tourism was booming, what would you do? What would be the next thing for you?
What would I do if everything was
perfect?
Wow. We have a surplus and everything, huh?
Yep.
I would be in heaven. No, but on a serious note, what I would do as a representative, as a senator, what I would do is I would do everything in my power to make sure and assure that we stay at that level, which means create more training programs for our kids, our children, excuse me, basically implement in all the schools, which I think we should do now anyway, teach our children how to manage money. We don't teach them that. As you can see, Michael Jackson, many others get all this money, they don't know what to do with it because no one ever taught them how to manage money. Okay? I would teach our kids how to invest, make secure investments. You know, I would teach them, basically give them the tools, whereas we don't ever, ever have to be in a deficit again. So basically, everything I would do would be geared towards making sure that we maintain what we have and we don't go backwards. So that's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maintaining this perfect territory.
Yes.
You're retiring now. What would you do?
What I would do? I can't help it. I'm a workaholic. I would still give back. I would still try and assist in whichever way I can Of course I would travel, because that's what life is about, adventure and learning new things. You never stop learning. But at the same time, I can only see myself giving back and trying to, like I say, maintain and make sure that the next generation do not go through what we've been through. Make it easier for them, because I think that's our job, to make it easier for the next generation. And that's why with my own kids, I have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. And with them, I tell them the same thing. My job, and my only job, is to make sure and ensure that they do not have to work as hard as I did. The period, that's my job. And I would feel satisfied. Right now, I feel pretty good about it, the path they're on. Okay, I feel real good about myself as far as doing my job, making sure that I take care of them and do everything in my power to make sure that they put themselves on a higher level than I am right now. That is my job. And so far, I think I'm doing an okay job. You know, it's not perfect, but I'm doing an okay job. That is my job.
Would you say that that's been your greatest accomplishment so far, being a parent? Or?
Oh, definitely. That's my greatest accomplishment, is being a parent, and secondly is being a senator, in being a representative of the people. And that is my second greatest accomplishment. But my first definitely is being a parent. Definitely. The feeling is indescribable, and the responsibility is great. But if you know what being a parent is about and the opportunity God has given you to deal with this individual, I mean, you will take it seriously and do everything in your power to make sure that you take care of that individual and make sure you guide them in the right way. And you make sure you put a fear of God in them so they can understand they don't run themselves. But I think that's my greatest accomplishment. And then being a senator is my second greatest accomplishment.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about an experience that you're proud of that not many people might know about you?
Yes, I have one that I have not told many people about. My friends know about it because they were the beneficiaries of it.
Okay.
Like I said, from a young age, I always wanted to do things differently. I always say I think outside the box. I still feel I do up to this day. When I was in BCB, believe it or not, I bought my first car. I didn't have a license. I was so young.
What?
I was illegal. But I bought my first car for, I remember, $1,300, a Mazda 1200. Nice car.
Wow.
But that car was like my toy. You know, I fixed it, put rims on it. Like I said, when we race it, we used to race on the track. We build an engine, etc. My friends knew about it because my older friends, they were the ones that would drive me around because I didn't have a license. And I bought that car with my 3 businesses, like I told you, at a very young age.
Yeah.
Back in a Pueblo, selling newspaper, and washing off cars in the parking lot at a very young age.
Yeah.
So I always knew hard work pays off. You can achieve what you want, but you have to put in the work. I don't care what you do in life. If you don't work hard and put in the work, it ain't gonna happen. So many people didn't know. Now everyone knows. Yeah, my friends knew, but I know I don't talk about it. You know, but now that you asked that question, I remember that's one of the things I really haven't told anyone about. But that's one of the things I did at a very young age, was buy my first car. And ever since, I always had 1, 2 cars, because I can buy a car for $200, $300 and fix it by myself. I don't need anyone to fix it for me.
Wow.
You know, and those are the things we did. You know, fix cars. You know, play marbles. You know, climb, go from neighborhood to neighborhood, climb kind of trees, tamarind trees, pick them, sell them. You know, those were the fun days. Those are the things we did together as a group too. Ride our bikes before I had my car from beach to beach during the summer. You know, during Christmas, we'd ride our bikes around the island. Those were the fun days. You know, I can remember those days. As I got older, I remember inter-neighborhood basketball league. That was fun too. You know, I really enjoyed those days. You know, you had enemies, yes, but at the same time, when we played inter-neighborhood basketball, we respected each other because of the sport. You know, okay, cool, you better than me, that's fine. You know, but at the time, it was about the game. You know, so them were the fun days. Yeah.
What advice would you give to kids now? Times are very different from when you were growing up here.
Times are very different, but yet still, not really. The advice I would give to any young child growing up today is, I'll give them several advice. And it's the same thing I've been doing since I became a senator. I always said I wanted to give back. So I've been going in high school and junior high school and doing presentation and speeches to the kids. I always tell them, believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone say about you. You're ugly, you're black, you're stupid, you're dumb. That's okay. I believe in me. And God got me, so whatever you say don't matter. Because whether you believe in me or not, that's not going to make me who I am. I'm the only one that can make who I am, and God. You see what I'm saying? I tell them, believe in yourself. Have faith in your parents. What I mean by that? Listen to your parents. I mean, your parents are only here to make sure they take care of you. That is their job. Listen to your parents and your elders, okay? Always respect your peers, because respect is earned, not given. Respect your peers, okay? And they will respect you. And watch your attitude, because you can feel you're the best at what you do. It doesn't matter. Being in management for over 25 years, I always hired folks that were trainable. If you think you're smart and you know more than me, and you have an attitude with it, I'm not going to hire you. You know why? I'm going to lose money in my business. If I can teach you and train you and show you the ropes of my business, I'm going to make money, and it helps all of us.
Yeah.
So watch your attitude, because your attitude will determine your altitude. I always tell folks that, you know, you don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the best, because we all cannot be the same. We all were made to do different things. As a society, you need doctors, you need lawyers, you need policemen, you need firemen, you need mechanics, you need teachers.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not a doctor don't mean I'm not as smart as you. I don't want to be a doctor. I was not meant to be a doctor. But my role is just as important as yours. Because when you need your car fixed, you have to come to me. And when I get sick, I have to come to you.
True.
So God did this world perfect. It's for all of us to work together. So don't take on anyone. Believe in yourself. That's the most important thing, and you'll be just fine. You can't worry about anyone. If I did that, I would not be here today. Because people tell you things all the time. Kids are mean, they tease you sometimes.
True.
You know, and like when I go to school, I tell them I do not know what bully means. I don't know what that word means. Bully? No. What is that? No one can bully you. Tell someone something, especially your parents. The teacher, someone. No one can bully you. Believe in yourself. Let them say what they want. As long as they don't touch you, it's all good. Let them talk. That's what they have their mouth for. But it shouldn't affect you. Because no matter what they say or do, at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you make it or not. Whether you take this path or that. Growing up, most of my friends smoke weed. 99.9% of them smoke weed. Believe it or not, I never did.
Wow.
I smoked weed once because I wanted to, we are doing it, but after that, I was like, it's not making me rich. It's not doing nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? So why use it? It ain't making, if you trust me, if it made me rich or gave me knowledge, of course I would smoke it. It's for my good, but it's not. You see what I'm saying? So my thing, like I tell my kids all the time, no matter what, if you know the right thing to do, don't do it. Especially if your parents are telling you otherwise. You don't have to make the same mistake I made. You see what I'm saying? So listen to your parents, but believe in yourself. What's your attitude? Okay?
Okay, so you're confident, you're young, you've accomplished a lot. How did you deal with disappointment? How did you become so confident? What are some of the challenges that you've had to overcome to get to this point?
How I become so confident? Well, the first thing, like I say, my faith. Because God said, sure, anything is possible through Him. That's number one. And number two, throughout my life, of course you're going to have disappointment. That's part of life. Nothing ain't perfect, but guess what? It's to take those disappointments and take the positive out of it and make it a positive experience. Because I feel having disappointment is part of life, because it teaches you what to do the next time it happens, how to prepare yourself, how to react. You understand what I'm saying? So disappointment is part of life, and I'm like, you know what? It's just another bump in the road, another challenge. Let me move on. But I'm not going to dwell on it. It happens for a reason. It happened to teach you, you know, prepare you for the next time. And that's what disappointment is to me. It's just part of life. It happens. You know, we're all going to have disappointments in our lives, but it's how you deal with it. And how do you move on? Okay, if you're disappointed with something, you dwell on it, the only thing you don't want to do is bring yourself down. You have to deal with it and keep it moving. You know, I mean, and that's how I live my life, period. Yeah, there are going to be disappointment, and what next?
So how long does it generally take you if you're disappointed in something and you need a minute to just dwell in that disappointment? Do you dwell in it, or do you immediately just change your
It
attitude?
depends. It depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. If I need to dwell on it, I will. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get over it. You know, if it's something that's not, it depends on the size of it then. If it's not something that's real big and it's a simple situation, I'm not going to waste much time with it. If it's something that takes a little more time, so be it. Let me take the time, deal with it, and keep it moving. But disappointment, it is what it is. It's a disappointment, but it's not all that it is. You know? What about overcoming that disappointment?
Yeah.
Focus on that part of it. You know? Focus on how do I get over the disappointment? What do I need to do? You know? And then after I learn a lesson, oh, well, God, I guess you gave me a lesson. Next time I'll know how to deal with it. So that's how I deal with disappointments.
Okay. You mentioned traveling earlier. Have you done a lot of traveling in your life?
Believe it or not, I never used to like to travel. The only time I traveled was when I lived in the United States and I come home for Carnival, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
3 times a year?
Yeah. Before that, I never even went to St. John. I hated traveling.
Why?
Why? Because to me, I didn't care about exploring. There was so much here to do. There was so much things I was doing. It was so much fun. I don't need to go nowhere. I was into a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So I didn't have any time to be worrying about going here, going there, whatever. Even up to now, I don't like taking vacations like that. Because when I take vacation, I end up doing work. I'm a workaholic. I end up working, helping someone fix something that needs to get fixed. Like I say, I have a lot of brothers and sisters. I usually help them fix their homes and do other stuff for them in my spare time. So I didn't care to travel, go nowhere, because there was always something pending for me to do. The only reason why I travel so much now because I'm a senator, I go to St. Croix a lot. You know, I go to the United States to bring back investors. But besides that, honestly, I really don't care to travel. You know, I need to though because it's important to get away and just get away for a minute, you know. But I don't care to travel like that.
So you have to be pulled away from your work, literally pulled away.
Yes.
In order to be forced to relax.
Yes, forced, correct.
Wow.
And as I get older, I realize I do need to do that because it gives you a new perspective, it gives you a new charge, you know. I do need to do that some more, but I don't care to travel like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before.
No. I don't. I
Wow.
don't. Yeah, I didn't care to travel.
So how do you unwind then?
Music. Music. I go out, I dance, music. That's how I unwind. Music, period. I could listen to music all day or work. Work, not this kind of work, but like I say, building.
With your hands.
Yeah, that takes me in another zone because when you build something, you build a house from foundation to roof. When you finish it, like having a baby, like wow, you can sit back and look at it and feel good about it from inside. You know, so that's what really takes me away. You know, that's why I guess I usually, like I say, help my sisters and other relatives and people build stuff because it makes me feel good. You know, I don't know if that's a bad thing, but it makes me feel good. You know, but that's what gets my mind off of work because I have to focus on what I'm doing. You know, but it's a good feeling because, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to do something positive for someone. So that's why I enjoy doing that. And it may be a bad thing, but that's what I like to do, period. And I make no apologies for it. You know, I make no apologies for it. So
what's left for you to do? Do you have a lot of dreams that you haven't accomplished yet? A lot of things on the list for you to do, your bucket list?
No.
What's next?
I don't have a bucket list. What's left for me to do is to make sure, number one, that my kids do the right thing. They all finish college or whatever they want to do and be successful at what they do and give back. That's my ultimate goal that I want to see for myself. I want to see that when I'm in this body for one term, that I've done everything I could have to assist and make a difference in someone's life. As far as long term, I just want to see the Virgin Islands better than what it is right now. We have a lot of challenges I feel we could do much better. That's why I ran in the first place. I feel we could do much better. My hope, I love my colleagues. I said that from day one. I love their spirits. You know, I love their mindset. My hope is that we really follow through what we stated from the jet and work with each other in every way possible to make the positive changes we know we can see.
Yeah.
We know we can see. It's all around us. You know, it's not rocket science. It is not. It's a lot of hard work, yes, but I feel once we work with each other, anything is possible. Anything is possible. You know, and that's my hope. And that from henceforth, others who come after us would likewise do the same thing. But that is my only hope, that most of those that's on the street get assistance, get help. Most of those that are suffering and really can't find a way, we create jobs and opportunities for them. Most of our elderlies, we put legislation in place to make sure we take care of them because I'm close. We're almost there. You know, everyone do not have the resources or have the savings that when they get to a certain age, you know, they don't have to worry about you know, government assisting them. You know, but for those are the ones I'm worried about, you know, especially when it comes to our GRS system. You know, we must find a way to deal with that situation. But that's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about myself. As for me, like I stated, from a young age, being a businessman, I only have 6 years left on my mortgage. My mortgage can pay for itself. I'm good. But I never worried about me. I always worry about others. So that's what I want to see. That's the only thing I want to see, that others have the same opportunity that I will have when I retire. And that's my main goal, my main objective. And as for me, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that happens. It might not be the conventional way, as I stated throughout the campaign. I think outside the box. But at the end of the day, I want it to happen for all of us. Because I could see it happening, and I believe it's going to happen. Okay, if it's the last thing I do, I believe it's going to happen. As far as working together with my colleagues and all of us going along on the same path. Because many times in other legislature, I saw good folks there too, but they were on different pages. They need to be on the same page. Because at the end of the day, we all work for you. We all have the same boss. You understand? And we are all on the same team. So it should not be that hard. That's the way I see it. I may be wrong, but that's the way I see it. From the governor down, I'm talking about. The governor, the delegate, the senators.
Yeah.
We are all on the same team. So it should be easy for us to meet on a normal basis, go over priorities, live the priorities, brainstorm, strategize, and keep it moving. That's what I want to see. That's my hope. That's my hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Senator Blyden, I think that is the perfect way to end our conversation. Businessman to senator, always helping others. And there's a lot of work for you to do.
A lot.
So
A lot.
we expect to see great things from you.
Well, I expect to see great things for myself too. And like I say, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to give it my all. And at the end of the day, I pray and hope that the populace will not be disappointed in me. And they see my heart and what I really want to do. And that's all. But before I go though, I want to mention one thing that I always wanted to mention, which I never had a chance to do. From a young age, I have a speech impediment. They used to call me tight tongue or lace tongue, you know? But I believe that's why I work so hard too, because when people used to tease me and call me tight tongue, I used to try and do other things and perfect it, whereas you know, they can't focus on my speech impediment. They can see, wow, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Cool, you know? But I always had a speech impediment, and I have been working on it, and I still have work to do. But at the end of the day, I'm here. You can't let anything hold you back. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And you should be fine. That's what I want to say, that's all. And thank you for the time, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Senator. It's been a pleasure.
Have a nice day.
You too.
All right.
This is Saida Harrigan for Legit TV. Today we spoke with Senator Marvin Blyden. Be sure to tune in Sundays at 6 p.m. That's it.